Welcome into today's episode of Team Talk on CTV. We are ready for today's show with Coach Ken Parlarge, Sophie Russell of St. Clair High School. We're talking golf, and we're talking fall golf.
Fall golf, that's right.
Coach, you actually coach the boys and the girls.
Yes.
Fall, we have girls. In the spring, which we're coming up on, we have boys.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk about the girls.
Yeah,
so before we get
good.
started on the nuts and bolts of St. Clair Golf,
Okay.
let's learn a little bit about you and your personal life outside of coaching golf,
Okay.
and how long you've been here in St. Clair.
I've lived in St. Clair now about 11 years. I've taught here in the district now, I want to say year 8, and my 7th year coaching golf at the high school. I was a golf coach in Richmond for 5 years before that, and I actually assisted and did some college golf at SE4 and played golf at SE4.
Okay, so what went through your head when you're like, you know what, I like golf, but I want to coach it?
You know, I love the fact that I can help the younger generation learn a lifelong sport. I mean, golf is fantastic. I mean, there's no other sport that you can be outside for 4 hours. You know, you can ride around on a golf cart, but it really is a lifelong activity that is great for the young people to learn it and play forever.
All right, Sophie, you're a junior at St. Clair High.
Yes.
You've been pretty successful at a sport that honestly before we get too far, should add is really tough. It's like sneaky tough how difficult golf is. When did you start playing?
I started playing, here and there, just like in elementary school, but I really started taking it serious in 8th grade, like when I realized I wanted to play in high school. So that's when I started playing, a couple times a week, like during the summer.
Okay, so for me, I started playing golf like right around COVID, where I was like, all right, I'm going to play more often because it was one of the only things you could do.
Mm-hmm.
We all hit good shots. We all hit really bad shots. We sometimes have a good round. But when would you say you were like, I want to give competitive golf a shot because I think I might be able to be pretty good at it?
Probably towards like the middle of like my freshman season, like when I started consistently putting up like pretty decent scores, and I just really started to enjoy it, and I was like, if I keep putting up good numbers, like I could really start to take this far, start looking at it for college and things like that. So yeah.
Sounds good. Now you guys are both here representing the whole program.
Yeah.
So give us a little look back, maybe 5 or so years of girls golf at St. Clair.
Well, I got to give a big shout out to Mr. Moreski. Ken Moreski started it. Girls golf wasn't really around in the area, before that. I want to say Carol Likens was a senior or a player at St. Clair at the time. Was a very good golfer, and they started it as a club back with Mr. Moreski. It's built up since then. From having 3 or 4 golfers to now we've had upwards of 18 girls play. Last year we had 13. We've had a great run. For the last 5 years, up until last year, we've qualified for regionals, which has been great. They did change it a little bit. You have to have a certain average to be able to bring your team.
Okay.
I wish I could say all the teams follow that rule, but a lot of them, for the most part, we were very consistently in that area. Last year we stumbled a little bit, but we were really young. So it's just growing. It really is. Like you mentioned, COVID, golf has just shot up in popularity since COVID, and our numbers are reflecting that.
Yeah, Sophie, do you follow a lot of like Instagram accounts with golf? And
Yeah.
do you have a mix of the serious and the kind of goofy golf stuff?
Oh yeah, I do. I mean, I follow like some college golfers. I really like looking at like Team Michigan. They have a great golf team, and just some like up and coming golfers who are going to be committed soon. I really enjoy it. I do follow up on the social media a lot.
Okay. Best part of your game?
My drive, 100%. I love my driver, and it's my fairway finder type of club. It works out pretty well for me, I think.
Okay, so accuracy.
Yeah.
We're talking it's always safe?
Oh,
right.
She's the
Usually.
one. We mentioned this off air. Sophie's the one you want on your team in a scramble. She gets that 100-yard head start from the red tees, and then she bombs it out there. It's nice when we're in matches and Sophie's lying one and the other girls are getting up there hitting their second or third shots already. So
okay. So you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
The best part of her game.
Absolutely.
All right, because sometimes us coaches, you think that's your best part, but he would maybe disagree.
No, it's
which
my driver.
Leads
100%.
me to, what's the part of your game that needs most improvement?
My putting and my short game, 100%.
There's the old drive for show and putt for dough. But in Sophie's defense, she has made a great improvement on that. When when she came out her freshman year, it was not pretty. It looked like a little stick handling on the greens, a little tappy tap, Happy Gilmore. But I remember, and we talked about this a little bit, her regionals just this past fall, I mean, she had to go almost even over the last 5 holes to qualify, and she did. She pulled it out. She made some big putts and hit some big putts to get there. So it's great to see her game improving.
So with the improvement, I always think that one of the more interesting parts of high school sports is the off seasons leading into them are all so different. So you guys are in the fall. So you have summer, which of course is the borderline only time for golf in Michigan, versus the boys are coming off of winter. They're on the simulator. Do you think that maybe gives you an advantage, being able to have summer golf leading into the fall?
100%. Like you can go out every single day of the week. Like I'm a member at the Port Huron Elks, so I go up there a couple times a week. Or if I just want to go in my backyard and hit the net, like the weather definitely is a major advantage.
Yeah, the boys' season actually gets condensed into like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, our first match is until April 15th this year, and then our last regional match is May 27th.
Yeah.
So it's fast. The girls are still spread out a little bit. We get to start in August, about 2 weeks before school starts, and then our last match states is until I believe we went October this year. So it's spread out nice.
All right. So take me through. This is not on our. I'm going off the chart.
Okay.
Here. Okay. So COVID, we talked about that increased the popularity a little bit. Take me through how you build your roster. Say you're me. I'm kind of casual about it, but I'm enjoying it. I want to be on the course. I want to be in the sunshine. Can I be on the golf team?
Absolutely. Well, I like to say we're a no-cut sport. However, I have to at this point give a big shout out to Brian Bowman at St. Clair Country Club. They really take good care of us, and we're guests there.
Yeah.
Really, the only way that you would be cut is if you hinge on that privilege of us being there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just not ready, I'm fine if you haven't played golf before.
Yeah.
We have ranges, we have chipping, putting facilities. We'll get you there.
The golf etiquette piece.
Yes, the golf etiquette piece. We realize that we're guests and are in a very good situation. That would be the way you would get cut. But I don't. I want people to come, like I said earlier. I want them to play. I want them to enjoy and love the sport that they can play for the rest of their lives. From there, a typical week, Monday, Wednesdays are practices. Tuesday, Thursdays are our matches. Monday, generally, we'll have what's called a qualifier for the week. And the great thing about golf is either you shoot the score or you don't. And our low 6 golfers for that week will participate. Generally, with Sophie and with boys, we have a clear cut number 1. We can kind of let the qualifying slide if he wants to work or she wants to work on a certain part of their game.
Okay.
But like I said, we have qualifiers. You make the score. I like to, Aubrey Pringle, perfect example off of this year's team. She was our only senior, had played since her sophomore year, and at first very shy, didn't want to. Oh, coach, I don't know if I can participate. By her senior year, she was one of the counting 6. So it's nice to see the progression and build up of their skills improve, their confidence improve, and hopefully by the senior year, we have junior year, we have some players that have been in the situation.
Okay, so that's good to know, because
Yeah.
golf is an investment. It's a money and time investment.
Absolutely.
And it takes, like, if someone's watching this and thinking about like playing golf, like I still stink. And I have, it's like everybody, and honestly everybody stinks sometimes.
And guess what?
golf.
You're still going to go play a lot this summer.
And I will. I'll play more than I should, honestly.
Yep. And that's kind of the neat thing. I've told the girls, I've told the boys, you're going to get out what you put in. Yeah. This isn't a sport like a typical team sport where, hey, we can practice for a few hours, we can set some plays in. Hey, the putting's not right today. Let's call a timeout and set up a play to make this putt. It doesn't work that way. You're gonna make that putt because you hit that putt 100 times on the practice green, and you're gonna hit that 9-iron close because you hit your 9-iron on the range 100 times.
Yeah.
So it really is. It's the true individualized team sport, as I'd like to say.
Yes. Yep. I know all about that. Okay. So I have some big time credentials written down here. 2-time state qualifier, all league MAC Blue. Not everybody loves talking about themselves, so I know it's a little bit strange, but take me through how your season went this fall.
The season went out pretty good. I was shooting kind of like, I want to say like mid 40s consistently throughout the season, and then.
So if we're talking 9 holes.
Yeah, for 9, for walking 9, yep. And, you know, coming up towards like regionals, divisionals and regionals is like when it's really like crunch time, and I find myself like going way harder at practice and focusing more, you know, on my short game and things like that, and just really trying to focus on like the parts of my game I needed to work on, like my short game for the harder courses at regionals and for like the difficult courses at state. So yeah, it really was just putting in the extra work, trying to get ready.
She's trying to sell herself short. We mentioned earlier, we had, like I said, we had 13 girls, 10 of which were either freshmen or sophomores last year. Sophie was by far our best golfer, and it's no secret. But she really turned into a leader for a lot of these girls, which was great. You know, I mentioned Aubrey Pringle earlier too, you know, with the senior, but you know, we had girls like Delaney McDonald who really stepped up, Marissa Lambert who really stepped up, played varsity. You know, Lily Sullivan, another one, shy. She was actually on the video that you'll see there. Real quiet, real shy. She contributed at a 6th spot sometimes. So Soph was our leader. Sophie, as fun, as laid back as golf could be, like she said, when it was time to practice and get after it, she did, and they followed. So the goal is to have our regional streak start again next year.
There you go.
Yeah.
So take me through how the team did this past week.
We ended up with a 4-8 record in the MAC Blue. Lost some games and some matches. I keep saying games. We lost some matches we really shouldn't have. A lot of close ones, 2-3 shots here or there. But again, we had, of the 6 girls that were playing, you know, only 2 of them had ever been in a varsity match. So for those other 4, it's, hey, you know, here you go, freshman. You know, you're going to play varsity off right away, and it's a big difference. You know, a lot of the other teams we play had a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors. But all in all, it was fine. We got better as the year went on. Our scores went lower and lower, and we kept improving. So that's the key thing.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, you got to find the silver lining there.
Yep.
You're young, so you got it for the future, but maybe a little bit will be sacrificed in the short term at least.
Right.
So give me your favorite moment or accomplishment so far in your career as a St. Clair golfer.
In my whole career, probably, you know, always probably qualifying for states was super cool, and, you know, bringing that back, you know, going 2 years in a row was a great experience. That is probably honestly my biggest accomplishment. Also, just like daily, just like improving a little bit here and there, and just like looking back, like, okay, how much I've improved on this part of my game, like from my sophomore year to my junior year, from my freshman year to my junior year. That I also think that is a big accomplishment I like looking back on, is how far I've come.
And I'd piggyback on that. I'd say her mental toughness. I mean, I was telling you the story of at regionals this year. She's about 3 shots out of qualifying for states. She didn't know that. Her dad and I did, as we follow along. But, you know, the old Soph might have melted down and all of a sudden had a 10 fall into place. But this one, she dug her heels in. She really listened. She, you know, dug in. And like I said, I believe she parred 3 of the last 5 and maybe a bogey. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was solid. It was a very big, you know, set of 5 holes to finish. And it's not like it was 13 to 18, because typically in golf we shotgun. So she had the 5 hardest holes left on the course to finish with.
Right.
And to come in, I think, was 1 over on those 5 holes was huge. And then she ended up qualifying by 2, I believe.
I think it was the couple.
Yeah, it was either couple or right on the money. And then just to see her get that accomplishment and know that, hey, it does work, and it was big. It was a lot of fun to be part of.
So you're a 3-sport athlete.
Right.
So you go golf in the fall, girls basketball in the winter, and softball in the spring.
Yes.
So what are your goals for golf?
For golf, I definitely, you know, I want to go to college, somewhere 100% in-state.
To play golf?
To play golf, yes, to get a scholarship, 100%. And I don't know exactly like which college, you know, maybe just within like a couple hours, but anything would be great, you know. I'm going to start like reaching out to colleges here soon. You know, we post videos on like field level and things like that, and you know, D2, D3, wherever seems good. So.
And there's definitely interest there. I mean, I've fielded a few questions and responses from some coaches. So
yeah, because you do hear that, you know, girls golf, there is some opportunity.
There is a lot of opportunity. It really is an untapped resource for girls that, hey, anybody that gets cut from volleyball, come on out. We'll take you. We'd love to have you.
Right.
Good athletes are good athletes, and
Yeah.
and there is a lot of golf scholarships that go unused.
Yeah. So I coach kind of what you said was individual team sports myself, and my personal experience is always that when the team is succeeding, the sport is so much better.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
so much more fun. So take me through, you mentioned you had a little bit of a young squad. What are the goals for the team and the program next year and beyond?
Well, I think next year we want to be right at the 500 mark. When Sophie and I are talking, we want to get that streak going back. We want to make sure we hit that number to get everybody going to regionals. It'll be Sophie's senior year. We want to send her out going to regionals with the team. In a perfect world, we'd love to bring a whole team to states.
Sure.
But I would like to have someone come with her.
Yeah.
We'd like to send maybe a couple individuals
Right.
next year. As far as the team, I just want to keep building. I just want the girls to continue to love and play golf, keep those numbers up, and keep them enjoying it. I mean, it really is. It's a great way to start the school year. Just you ease in, you meet some new people, some new friends. You're part of something bigger than yourself, and it's a lot of fun.
Did we miss anything?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, golf it's a great sport.
I
didn't, like I said, I didn't play it for years of my life, and I wish I did play it, especially when I lived in California.
Oh,
I'm like, wow, I can't believe I didn't play golf when I lived in California.
Everybody says, "Come on, you're hitting a round ball that's not moving with a flat object. Like, how hard can it be?"
Yeah.
And then you see somebody go up there and try and swing and do it. But it really is the sport you love to hate and hate to love.
Relationship,
Yep,
right?
and hate to love. But it's a lot of fun, and the girls are doing great things. And like you said, we're getting ready to fire up boys season here, so that's good. It means the weather's turning, and it should be a lot of fun.
Should be good. Well, I appreciate it. Sophie, great
Thank
job.
you.
Ken,
Thank
great
you.
job.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Team
it.
Talk on CTV. All set. Episode 1.